talked about my fertility. I had just had the call with my doctor, and there was a lot of things going on in my head, and I think I was trying to talk myself out of doing it because of the amount of money it is, but I can't let myself do that. And I've now come to that decision, but it took a bit to get to that decision, and one of the reasons I came to that decision is I discussed donor potentiality with my significant other, and personally, I didn't want to ask. My boyfriend is unsure on whether or not that they want to have children that way. And I mean, granted, I get it. Riley's the same way. I feel the same way for mental issues, We all feel like maybe it's not for the best. Maybe we should adopt, or maybe, whatever the case may be, whatever happens, And because of that, I was very scared to talk to them about this because I just wanted to blatantly put my situation out there. And, one of the things I walked away with is that embryos have a better chance of survival. And I have a low egg count. I'm going to be on high drugs or high dose drugs. And no matter how many eggs I get, unless it's a high amount, there's probably a very low chance that it will actually become a human being one day. And to increase that chance, I could look at donations and make an embryo instead. But if I do a donor, I have to pay and go through a screening, and that's a whole different procedure, and I may not have the time for that. So it really is pointed at towards my significant other that, either you're a donor and I freeze embryo, or I freeze my eggs, or I see if I can go through the process of finding a donor and see if it's, plausible within the time frame I need to freeze my eggs. Because I need to freeze my eggs within the next 6 months, which is by the end of this year. And that is scary because the beginning of this year went by so fast. It's like I'm looking at it and tomorrow's my birthday and I'm like, how did we get here to the end of June? How did it go by so fast? But either way, back to the conversation because I don't want to get emotional. I was sitting here on the floor having a conversation with my significant other. Talking to them about what I talked in the last video. Pointing out the situation, pointing out the numbers. I was playing the conversation in my head for days before we had it. And at first, my significant other had said no. And it kind of crushed me, but I was very understanding. And it's just okay, let's go about it a different way kind of hit. And it's a whole different kind of hit than disappointment. And it's just okay, here's another challenge. And it's should I really consider doing embryo or egg freezing? Which one should I do? And that's the discussion I need to have with my doctor. And, started backtracking into, okay, well, it's fine. Maybe I just, maybe I don't even need to do it because, like, if the eggs aren't going to last without, the sperm donor, then maybe it's not even worth it, and maybe I need to weigh my options and think this through, and I just started backpedaling and started getting really emotional, and, probably was on the verge of a panic attack, and my amazing significant other calmed me down and helped me figure it out, and we came to the decision as of now, we will openly discuss them being donor. But at the same time, we have to be realistic about my situation versus their situation. They do have a job. They, may not be available to be the donor at the time. They may not be in state. They may not be in the area. So we're going to try to figure things out and go about it as soon as I get back from my work situation. I am away till like the middle of July for work, and then I have a couple doctor's appointments, so I'm hoping I can get the doctor's appointment scheduled for right about then. I still need to schedule it. With everything that's going on, I've been trying not to work, to not stress myself out. Anxiety bed, my first anxiety bed ever, and it makes me very tired. And I've been trying to weigh it out. I've been on it for a week and a half. I missed a day. So I've been trying to figure everything out, and thankfully, they did reassure me that whatever I want to do is what we'll do. No matter what they want in life, no matter what I end up wanting in life, what I want to do right now is enough of a reason to go and do it. No matter what it's going to cost, or what, whether I use them or not, or whether I donate them or not, or whatever happens. The fact that I have a feeling to want to do it is enough reason for them to support me in doing it. And that's like the most amazing feeling, because I don't get that a lot, and I felt very alone in this situation. So it's nice to not feel alone, and it's nice to know that when I go through this process, whether they're there in person or not, they're in my corner. Because it's a scary process. And I'm nervous about it. And I've avoided it for so long because my anxiety gets so bad when I think about it. But I am trying to put myself and my health first. I'm going to get my fertility figured out, and I'm going to get my dental figured out, because if I don't, I won't have any eggs, and if I don't get my dental figured out, I won't have any teeth. So I'm going to get those figured out, and I hope you're enjoying the journey. Gotta make a doctor's appointment and figure out where I'm going from there. It's a lot of blood work, first off. A lot of expensive blood work. But we're going to get through it, and I gotta call insurance and see if they still won't cover it. So I hope you enjoyed every little insight. I will update you with a new insight as soon as I can. Other than that, have an amazing day. Stay positive. Continue being the amazing yourself.